Welcome to another lecture today on role of livestock products in nutritional security. Earlier in one lecture we have discussed about food and health. There we have discussed about role of food in health, the food security, the foods of different category, their role in health, the food production, the deficiency and nutritional status in Indian population, and then we have discussed about the role of meat in health and nutrition and how it affects. Today we will discuss about the nutritional security, the key aspects of nutritional security, and then we will see how the foods of animal origin, that is the livestock products like milk, meat, poultry, egg and fish plays important role in human health and nutrition. We will discuss about the production and availability of these category of foods and their role or nutritional role in our human health. First, let us see the Indian food pyramid. So this pyramid is showing the amount of different category of food to be consumed. At the base are the largest amount of food item to be consumed, and at the top the lowest. So in the base we have cereals, bread, pasta, which can be up to 40%, and next up is the fruits and vegetables, which should be up to 35%, and then comes meat, fish, milk, eggs about 20%, and last comes the fats, oils, sugars and sweets, which makes about 5%. So this is a pyramid design considering the health of population and different category of foods which should be considered. Here we will have a glance about the different food item and the important nutrient or nutrient rich foods for a healthy diet, which includes both plant and animal origin. In the plant origin food, there is rich in vitamin C like guava, kiwi, amla or lemon. The vegetables are rich in calcium, also the dairy or sesame seeds, broccoli. The fish is a good source of vitamin B12, also poultry and dairy. The vitamin A rich in egg yolk, carrot and sweet potato. Vitamin D rich in fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, egg yolk, cereals, milk and dairy products. And iron, the best source is the meat or particularly red meat, lentils and spirulina. And vitamin B6, good source is chickpea, spinach and beetroot. So these are some of the important nutrients which are to be taken in a proper quantity, and their corresponding best source are indicated here. Now let us understand what is nutritional security. The nutritional security means individuals have consistent and reliable access to safe, nutritious and culturally appropriate food that meets their dietary needs and preferences to support an active and healthy life. It goes beyond just having enough calories. It emphasizes the quality and diversity of nutrients consumed for optimal health. So nutritional security means we should have proper, safe and healthy food for providing all the nutritional requirements, and all these foods should be as per the cultural preference. So that should be optimally available for proper health and nutrition. So that is what is the meaning of nutritional security. So now let us understand the key components of nutritional security. There is four major aspects, that is the accessibility, availability, utilization and stability. In the previous lecture I have discussed about food security. This is to some extent similar, but here the nutritional aspect is given more importance with the same perspective of food security. So it should be accessible to individuals like physically, economically and socially. it should be sufficiently available and must be produced for consumption, and there should be utilization, like people must be able to effectively use the food they have access to, considering the food safety, preparation and dietary needs. And finally, the stability, there should be consistently available without any disruption, and factors like price fluctuation, seasonality, emergency also comes into that. So accessibility, availability, utilization and stability are the important components for nutritional security. So now let us see the food and nutrition security combinedly, what is its role and importance. So it builds human resources and human development, it promotes health and provides social protection, it redesigns food systems, efficiency and sustainability, and finally it supports the scientific, technical and social innovation. So these are the aspect and advantage and role of food and nutritional security. So here we will see the diet quality plays an important role in achieving the sustainable development goal. As we know, the UN has fixed 17 goals to be achieved by 2030 towards the sustainable development goal, and the diet plays an important role in many of them, like first one no poverty, second one zero hunger, third one good health and well-being, the fourth one quality education, fifth one gender equality. All these can be improved by diet quality. Similarly, the number 8, the decent work and economic growth, number 10, the required reduced inequalities, number 12, and then number 13, climate action, number 14, the life in water, number 15, life in land. All these aspects can be sincerely improved through proper diet quality. Here once again we can see there is 1 to 17 goals under the SDG, and nutrition has an important role. If we have proper nutrition, then only we can achieve all these goals. So almost in all the development goals, directly or indirectly, the nutrition has an important role. So nutrition is at the heart of the SDGs. Here we will see that how the different category of food production has changed over the years from 70, 71, 95, 96 and 2020, 21. So we can see in case of cereals, it has gradually decreased from 37 to 16. In pulses, slightly reduced from 4.7 to 3.9. In oil seeds, slightly reduced from 8 to 5. Fruits and vegetables significantly increased from 12 to 19. The other crops and byproducts slightly reduced from 22 to 17, 18. Then milk group, there is a very significant increase in the production. In 70s, around 10% to 24%. In meat group, there is a very significant increase from 1.6% to 8%. Eggs also significantly increased from 0.5 to 1.2%, and other livestock products from 2.8 to 3.3, some increase has happened. So this is showing the change in the production of food in different category over the time. Here we will see the per capita production of major food commodities in every decades, that is in kg per year. In case of some 60 to 70 and up to 2010 to 20. So we can see in case of cereals, it has gradually increased from 121 to 215. In case of pulses, slightly it has reduced from 23 to 15. Oil seeds slightly increased from 15 to 24. Sugar from 24 to 29 kg per year. Fruits very significantly increased from 23 to almost 70. Vegetables very significantly increased from 47 to 133. Egg very significantly increased from 0.4 to 3.3 kg per year. Meat and fish very significant increase from 4.3 to 13.3, and milk very significantly increased from 43 to 121. So here we can see that in the previous one and this one, that the production of Fruits and vegetable has increased very significantly. Similarly, foods of animal origin or foods of livestock origin, that is egg, meat, fish and milk, has increased very significantly till recently. Here we will see a survey report from the National Health and Family Survey 2019 to 21. It is indicating about the consumption of non-vegetarian food population in terms of percent. On an average, it is around 81%. In previous survey, it was around 70-75%. So now it has increased. For men alone, if we see, it is 87% are non-vegetarian and women 75% non-vegetarian. State-wise, if we see the Rajasthan, Gujarat and Haryana, these are the states which is having lower population of eating non-vegetarian, below 50%. Rest of the country, almost every state, it is beyond 60, 70 or 90%. Some of the states like South India, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Odisha, West Bengal and Jharkhand and entire Northeast and Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh. These regions are above 95% population non-vegetarian. Whereas some of the states like Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Himachal Pradesh, Maharashtra, these are at the range of 60 to 80%. Here we will see some of the important observations from a survey and which reveals around 73% of urban rich India is protein deficient. And this survey has discovered some of the very interesting myths like protein is easily available in fruits and vegetables, which is not really correct. It also reveals that leafy vegetables are the good source of protein, that is also not correct. And also it feels proteins are bad for health. Many people thought, which is not really correct. This also expresses that 93% people are unaware about the ideal protein requirement. 84% feels vegetarian diets are deficient. 65% non-veg diets are lacking and 97% pregnant women don't know that protein is a very important requirement. So these are some of the important observations like high deficiency levels, protein deficiency in 70% people, approximately 62% pregnant women and lactating mothers are facing protein deficiency. So this is showing that there is a improper planning of the diet. So far I have given a background about the food and health, importance of food, what is the role of food in health and nutritional security and the food production scenario in India, both from plant origin and animal origin, the eating habit and some survey report. Now we will slowly observe the role of foods of animal origin or livestock products in health and nutritional security. So if we see the livestock resource in India is first in cattle population, first in buffalo population, second in goat production, third in sheep population, third in pig population, third in poultry population and third largest in fish production. So altogether India has got a very high livestock population and that provides the foods of animal origin like milk. India is number 1 and presently 240 million ton. Egg also number 2, 140 billion in numbers per year. Number 5 in chicken production, 4.5 million ton, and per capita availability of meat is around 7 to 10 kg per annum. Per capita availability of milk is 480 gram per day, which is very high and much above the recommended requirement. Now we will see separately each category of food from livestock origin and their production, availability and role in health and nutrition. So first is about dairy and its role in health and nutrition. So milk and milk products are crucial for nutritional security due to their rich content of essential nutrients like protein, calcium, vitamins and minerals. They play a vital role in supporting overall health and development, particularly in vulnerable populations and contribute to addressing malnutrition and promoting balanced diets. So milk is very rich in most of the important nutrients in a balanced quantity, and it is consumed by all category of people. So it has a very important role in nutrition and health of mankind. So here we can see the production trend of milk in India. Last 3-4 decades, India is the largest producer of milk, and here if we see from 2017-18 to 2023-24, consistently milk production has increased, and presently it is around 240 million ton. And if we see per capita availability, also has increased from 2017-18 370 gram per day to now 470. So this is again very high. So this is a very good scenario in India. The production of milk and availability of milk is very high, and that can play a very important role in the nutritional security of Indian population. Here we will see some of the major nutrients and their role in human health. The protein, it provides structure, the building block, growth and maintenance for body, carries out chemical reaction, acts as messengers and for enzymes. Then potassium regulates the fluid balance, muscle contraction and nerve signals. Phosphorus, component in bones, teeth, DNA and RNA, and helps in activation of enzymes. Saturated fat and salt, often considered nutrient of concern in Western diet. However, if we take in moderation, it is not really a health issue. Calcium, it's a very important role for muscle contraction, bone and teeth development, blood clotting and fluid balance. Then vitamin B12, it's a very good source, keeps body, nerve and blood cells healthy, helps make genetic material on all cells. So these are briefly about some of the nutrients and their nutritional role. Here it is showing the different major and minor components of milk in 100 gram. As we know, fat is around 3.5 in case of normal fat milk or toned milk. If it is further reduced, double toned, then it will be less. Protein will be 3 to 4% and carbohydrate about 4%. And then there will be vitamins like vitamin B4, 5, B2, 3, B1, B6, and the minerals like potassium, calcium, phosphorus, sodium, magnesium at a lower order. It is given in details. Here we will see the benefits of drinking milk every day. First of all is the bone health. Milk is very rich in calcium and vitamin D, and they play important role in building the bones, and vitamin D helps our body absorb calcium. It reduces the diabetes risk. Dairy consumption was inversely related with diabetes risk. This means that the more regularly people consume dairy, the less likely they will have the diabetes. It reduces the risk of cognitive decline, especially nowadays so much common is the Alzheimer's disease. So skimmed dairy, fermented dairy and buttermilk are associated with better executive functioning. It also helps our heart health. Dairy products reduce the risk of stroke, cardiovascular disease and hypertension, which could be due to their potassium content. Here we will specially see the benefits of fermented dairy products. So nowadays we know that fermented foods are very healthy, and dairy is a most common for fermented dairy products, and their health benefits we will see. It has got protection to gut system like modulation of intestinal bacteria, antibacterial effect and antifungal effect. So it promotes or provides the probiotics and which improves the gut health and maintain the good health. It has an anti-cancer effect like inhibition of mutagen, improved host immune response, altered gene expression and effective metabolic regulation. It has got immunomodulatory effect by activation of dendritic cells, neutrophils and macrophages and cytokines. It enhanced the interaction with TLRs and MAMPs. It has got hypocholesterolemic effect by enhancing the metabolism of cholesterol and deconjugation of cholesterol with bile acid. So this is how the fermented dairy products plays an important role in better health. Now we will discuss about the poultry origin, meat and eggs. First we have discussed about dairy because it is most abundantly available with a large production, and next important availability is poultry, meat and eggs. So poultry meat industry is very well organized in India. We have a population of more than 500 or 600 million in commercial poultry, and it is well organized. That's why the chicken meat is easily available, it is easily digestible and with the easy affordability. The price is affordable and anytime available. Further, the poultry meat is healthy, rich in good quality protein and fat. So it is easy digestibility and healthy also. That's why poultry meat has become a major meat. And if we see the production, presently we have around 5 million ton, which makes around half of the total meat produced in India. So that's why poultry meat has become a very important source for nutrition. Further details we will see. Now we will see the nutritional component in poultry meat. This will have around 15 to 20% protein in per 100 gram and fat around 15%, protein up to 20-23%, and this fat is having more of unsaturated type. Nowadays people are very scared of saturated fatty acid, though it is not really to be panic. The poultry fat being more unsaturated, it is very healthy, and the protein is very high quality, and this is highly rich in essential amino acids. So both poultry meat by fat, it is rich in essential fatty acid, and meat rich in essential amino acids. So it's a very high quality protein. In addition, it has got many vitamins in lower order like B4, B3, C, B5, B6, E, and their availability is given. Similarly, important minerals at a lower order like potassium, phosphorus, sodium, magnesium, calcium, zinc, copper, manganese. So iron, copper, zinc, manganese, these are very important minerals, and meat is a very good source for all these minerals, and some of the B vitamins. Meat is the best source. Now we will see the role of egg in human health and nutrition and in achieving the nutritional security. So as I mentioned, India is number 2 in egg production in the world. It produces 250 million egg per day, and the growth of the egg industry is 4 to 6% per year. If we see the nutritive value of egg, it is very rich in high quality protein up to 7 gram per egg, and it has got fat about 4.5 gram, calories 67, iron 0.91 milligram, calcium 24 milligram. So these are very good nutritional value, particularly protein. The egg protein is the best quality protein. It has got very high proportion of essential amino acids, and the egg fat is having a very good distribution of essential fatty acid. Now regarding the benefits of egg, it has got the role in boosting the brain power, improving the mood, maintaining body weight, encourages hair growth, eyesight, and preventing the risk of cancer. It is very important in muscle building, healthy pregnancy, and many other health benefits. Here we can see the details of nutritional value present in 100 gram of egg. The protein 12.56, fat 9.51, both are of very high quality. Then vitamins at a reducing order, B4 293 milligram, B5 1.5 milligram, then E, B2, B6, B3, B1, A, B9 and D. So egg is also having vitamin D 2 microgram per 100 gram. And in the minerals category, very high in phosphorus, sodium, potassium and calcium. Also a good source of magnesium, iron, zinc, copper, manganese. So all of them are very important requirement for good health. Now we will see about the aquatic foods. After the poultry and egg, next important source of high quality protein is the fish. So fish and fish products are very widely consumed in India because of the very high nutritive value and very high flavor. So fish protein are of very high quality, rich in all essential amino acids. Fish fat is highly unsaturated fatty acid, so supposed to be very healthy. And fish is rich in omega-3 fatty acid. It is well known. In the Indian fish market, there is a good growth up to 7%, and up to 70% of the fish is marketed fresh, and remaining is consumed as processed, either smoked, dried, etc. Now, presently the availability of fish per capita in India is about 6.5 kg per year, and it is expected to be 9 kg by 2030. So these are some of the important facts about the fish origin food. Here we can see the production of fish, both marine and inland together, year wise. Starting from 2016 it is around 10 million ton, and now in the last financial year it is about 18 million tons. So there is a growth of 6 to 7%, and there is a huge prospect in increasing the production of fish, and Government of India is promoting the blue revolution for larger production of fish. And fish, being a very rich in nutritional aspect, is a very promising and potential for achieving the nutritional security or better health. Here is briefly about the health benefit of eating fish. It reduces the risk of heart attacks and strokes, as I said, due to the rich source of unsaturated fatty acid or omega-3. Boost the brain health, help in preventing and treating depression. Good dietary source of vitamin D, improve sleep, reduce the risk of autoimmune diseases, help prevent asthma, and altogether it is a very good promising food, and more details we will see next. Here we will see the more details about the nutritional role of aquatic foods, both marine and inland. It is rich in protein of high quality, peptides, some important amino acids like taurine or chitin, squalene, phytosterols, vitamins, carotenoids, minerals, and omega-3 fatty acid, particularly omega-3 fatty acid, unsaturated fatty acid, and high quality protein. It promotes growth, development, fertility, bone development, muscle functionality, vision, brain functionality, lipid metabolism, immune response, and antioxidant mechanisms. It is preventing the inflammation, atherosclerosis, diabetes, obesity, cancer, metabolic syndrome, depression, cardiovascular disease, hypertension, and neurological disorder. All this it can reduce or prevent. So that's how the fish or aquatic food has got a very important role in health and nutrition. Now we will talk about the meat production and per capita availability. So presently India is producing around 10.25 million ton. The latest, here it is 22-23 9.76. Now the latest is 10.25 million ton, and the per capita availability of meat is around 7 kg per head per annum. So meat production is also growing fast, around 5 to 6%. And in the bottom we can see proportion of different meat, in which poultry is almost 50%, which we have already discussed in details before. And the other important meat is from buffalo, cattle, sheep, goat, and pig. So in India, goat meat is very popular, and the sheep meat is also popular in Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, and Kashmir region. So out of this, the poultry meat has grown very well, the industry. Now we need to grow or focus more in goat and sheep production or pig meat production to supply and fulfill the requirement of meat for the large population. So presently availability of meat is quite less, like around 7 kg. Fish is also around 6, 7 or 8 kg, which is not at all to the optimum level. If we see the composition and nutritional aspect, meat is a very important source of nutrient in human diet. It is the excellent source of high quality protein, which is rich in essential amino acids and other micronutrients, both minerals and vitamins. It is rich in B complex vitamins and minerals like iron, zinc, copper, manganese, selenium. All these micronutrients are very important. So meat is a having high biological value protein, important micronutrients essential for good health, and mostly healthy balanced diets includes lean meat. So meat has a very important role in human health and nutrition and to achieve nutritional security, for which we need to have further larger emphasis on production of different category of meat. Here we will discuss little more details about the protein content and quality in the meat. So red meat contains on an average 20 to 24 gram of protein per 100 gram when it is raw, and it is around 27 to 35 gram of protein per 100 gram when it is cooked. Because when it is cooked, much of the moisture will go, so the percentage of protein increases. As I already mentioned, meat is a concentrated source of protein, and this protein is of very high biological value. Because these proteins are rich in essential amino acids in a well proportion, all the essential amino acids are present. So that plays a very important role in protein malnutrition or in achieving the nutritional security. So the protein we need in case of human around 55 gram per day for men and 45 gram per day for women. This is the minimum requirement. It should be up to 70 gram per human being, and out of this at least 20 gram of this protein should be from animal origin. So protein from animal origin of very high quality due to the presence of essential amino acids. Now we will talk some details about the fats and fatty acids in meat and health. So in general, people think that the red meat is not good because of the presence of saturated fatty acid, but that is not always true. It has got polyunsaturated fatty acid also. So it's a good source of essential fatty acids like linoleic acid and alpha linoleic acid, that is the N3 or omega 3. So normally N6 fatty acid we get from plant origin, but N3 is always less. So if we take more meat and fish, then only we can get sufficient omega 3 fatty acid. Now it is a propaganda that meat is rich in saturated fatty acid, which causes the atherosclerosis or hypertension, etc., or cardiac diseases. However, if we take a moderated amount of red meat, then it will not have such problem. Moreover, the modern production of red meat is always lean meat, so the quantity of fat is less. Moreover, some of the fat is very important for the important requirement, especially the conjugated linoleic acid, which is mostly present in meat of ruminant origin, and that plays a very important role in our health. So particularly those who don't take fish, for them taking the red meat is very important to fulfill the requirement of N3 or omega 3 fatty acid. Here we can see more details about the micronutrients available from meat, and all of them are very important, like omega 3 fatty acid 25.5 milligram per 100 gram. Choline is a very important nutrient, 86 milligram. B12 3.2. Protein I told already, 22 gram percent. Iron is a best source, is the red meat, 2.4 milligram. Magnesium 20.4 milligram. Phosphorus 200 milligram. Then riboflavin, niacin, B6. Selenium is very good for health, is a good source from meat. Then zinc, then potassium. So all these nutrients are very important source from the meat. This is the last one, and it shows about the health benefits of meat, especially red meat. It is a very good source of dietary iron and potassium, a very good source of B12 and other micronutrients, healthy fats like omega 3 and conjugated linoleic acid, low level of cholesterol and saturated fat. It has an important role in promoting the neural health or nervous system, and presence of high quality protein, low levels of dietary sodium, preventing depression, prevents amnesia and cancer, and B group vitamins and selenium. So altogether red meat is very good for health. Now we are at the end of today's lecture. Today I have focused about the role of foods of animal origin in nutritional security or in achieving perfect health. So nutritional security means all the quality of food should be available for perfect health and nutrition, and this food should be available easily, accessible easily and affordable, and it should be as per the culture preference of the people. So here we have discussed initially what is the role of food in health and what is nutritional security and sustainable supply of such food, and we have seen the production of different category of foods from plant and animal origin, and we have seen the production of all the category of different foods from livestock origin like milk, meat, egg, poultry, fish and especially red meat. We have seen the production and their availability or the growth and per capita availability, and we have also discussed the health benefits and nutritional roles of all this category of foods of animal origin. So altogether, foods of animal origin has got a very important role for proper health and nutrition and best performance for human being. Thank you.